Hello and welcome to the Beauty Know-It-All. Today is all about owning up to my age, because this is a sponsored video by L'Oreal Paris, and they have asked me really honestly and openly to review their new Age Perfect makeup range, which is aimed at women my age and older. And I think the only reason they've asked me is because I'm one of the few women my age doing YouTube and being unfiltered and not face-tuned on Instagram. I'm 55, I openly admit and discuss my age. I've grown up in the beauty industry, so to suddenly find myself this age doing what I'm doing is the shock to, well, to me and to most people around me, I think. Most women, by the time they reach 55, feel invisible, and they certainly feel underrepresented in the beauty business and in beauty advertising, and that I definitely feel. I feel that beauty companies don't really speak to me anymore. I don't really see myself reflected back at all, unless it's like as a sort of slightly grey-haired granny by the time you're supposed to reach your 50s, which is crazy, because I grew up with women like Julianne Moore and Jane Fonda and Helen Mirren, who, let's be honest here, are all signed to L'Oreal Paris. Time and time again, I've spoken about the fact that L'Oreal Paris appear to be the only company who aren't just paying lip service by occasionally hiring an older model, and by that I mean somebody sort of 45 or 50 plus, but they really are fighting the good fight. So if you consider the 70% of women, I've got some statistics down here that L'Oreal discovered, of women over 55 feel invisible, 87% feel that they're not reflected back in advertising, and that is definitely me, and 70% feel that they are invisible to the beauty industry. And I feel that L'Oreal Paris are one of the few companies, if not the only company, doing something about it. And so they've asked me to talk about Age Perfect. I've been a fan of their products for absolutely ages, but I have to say honestly, hand on heart, it's the first time I've really tried an entire face of L'Oreal Paris, because normally you mix and match, don't you? So let's dive right in. And I have to say, the worst thing about getting old, obviously, is that the texture of your skin changes. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for skincare and makeup that basically blurs those lines. And I was going to be really skeptical about this, but can I just say, oh my God. Well, what do you think? What do you think of my skin? It's better than normal, right? Do I look better? Is this not my imagination? My skin looks better than normal, and it's all down to the new foundation, which is the Anti-Aging Radiant Foundation. Now, I was surprisingly dark in this range. I'm going to tell you exactly what I was. I was the 380 Golden Honey. I have to say, I don't put my face in the sun, and I do tend to put my body in the sun, so I like my foundation to be slightly darker than it would be. And this is, I was skeptical. I don't really like liquid foundations. I think they tend to sit in my lines and my wrinkles, and it drives me mad. This really has got like a soft focus. I would say it was a medium to heavyweight coverage, but you can build it up or blend it back down again. And I put quite a lot on for filming. And I've used the concealer as well. I actually used 2 shades of concealer. And it's the Age Perfect Radiant Concealer, and it comes in 3 shades. And I used 2 actually. I'm never going to be able to read these, am I? Because that's the thing with getting older, is nobody puts, actually that shade name's quite a large size. It's 03 and 02. I used a combination of the 2 because I found I sat between the 2. The 03 I could use around my nose, although I didn't actually need it. The foundation was enough to build up on its own with a brush, and the 02 I used around my eyes in my dark circles. And that's a very matte finish, which I actually do find very flattering under the eyes, but to be honest, that was probably enough on its own. So I used those 2 more of a radiant triangle under the eye and around the dark circle of the eye. I didn't use any on any blemishes or around the redness on my nose or over my lips at all. I just used that. Kind of love it. I think this might be my go-to filming foundation from now on. I'm obviously going to play back and look at my skin, but I don't think my skin's ever looked better in a liquid foundation. That's a big claim, right? I was going to be skeptical about these products, but I like them. I really like those 2 skin products. Now, there are 5 shades of blush, and the blush is called Satin Glow Blush. It's $7.99. And my one is, in fact, do you know what? I've chosen all of the really beautiful sort of coffee, toffee, coral colours, because I just find they really suit my skin beautifully. That's the one I used, and it's really, look at that. Now, this is the thing, as you get older, you don't want shimmer or shine or gold in your blush. You really don't. When I looked at my skin earlier on, I kind of almost saw a sort of, there's a soft focus and a sort of hint of a glow about it. And it's the same with the blusher. Really easy to blend, really easy to apply. They've got a sort of a satin finish, but no shimmer. And I really like it. I'm going to try and find the shade on this now. That's something I would definitely use every single day. It's really pretty, really pretty. Onto eyes, there are 2 shades of eyebrow pencil, and I'll be really honest here, I don't like eyebrow pencil. I know a lot of women my age do. There's a sort of blonde and a brown shade, and they're really nice. They're pencils with a spoolie on the end for doing your brows. I like the spoolie, but I'll be really honest here, I don't use brow pencils. I find them really hard. I find that, I know makeup artists really love them, but whenever I see real life women use brow pencils, I kind of just want to soft focus it out a bit. And so I've cheated and I've used, look how tatty these are. This tells you, I did a thing on Instagram the other day, don't believe if a beauty editor or a beauty expert tells you they use a product and it's an immaculate shot of it. Products that are used regularly look like that. Okay, and they're both L'Oreal Paris anyway. It's the Brow Artist Genius Kit, which is the, how shocking is this? Look at them. It's a powder and a sort of waxy colour. That's the perfect brow shade for me. When I originally did my dupes, I said that that was the perfect dupe for so many brilliant brow kits. And then I brushed them through with Brow Artist Plumper Look. This is an early, I've been using this since it was first launched. That's that little sticker means that it's probably a tester, and that, look, that just basically goes, I'm going to do this completely without looking, it just goes through there. So the combination I find of powder, that feels really wet on my eyebrow now, I hope I haven't messed that up, of powder which fills in the gaps, and that, I just think it gives a much more natural finish. Now, there are no eyeshadows or eyeliners, and I guess these are coming, but at the moment in the UK there aren't any. So I've just put my bog standard tight liner in and brown eyeshadow. Nothing else here. I've got nothing here at all, under here. Nothing, I mean, I basically got it on the top and into the crease line. So then I use the mascara. It's the Age Perfect Lash Magnifier. It comes in 2 shades, brown and black, $11.99. It's a great looking brush. Let me show it to you. So a lovely, big, chunky brush. It dries very quickly, this formulation, so by the time I went back in to do the second coat, because I love a really heavy over the top lash, it had almost dried. And that's probably because the vast majority of women don't like to layer on their lashes quite as much as I do. I mean, you know, I've talked about it before, I am a lash and liner addict. Both of them are super important as you get older, just like your brows and like your lip liner, because as you get older, yes, the texture of your skin changes, but also you lose definition. Your brows begin to lose definition, your eyelashes and eyeline tends to lose definition, and your lip loses definition. It's very interesting, you know, whenever people launch ranges for older skin and they don't put in brows, lashes, liners or lip liners, I always think, are you crazy? Because in addition to the texture of your skin, that's what you want. You need to get the definition back in your face. And the older I get, the more lashes and liner I use. My verdict is, I like it, but I have to say, honestly, L'Oreal Paris, if you were to launch one, I would go sort of a Age Perfect equivalent of Paradise. I do like a real va-va-voom over the top lash. That's just me though. And finally, let's talk lips. I absolutely love this lip colour. And I'll be really honest with you, this is mainly the lip liner. It's the Age Perfect Anti-Feathering Lip Liner. They've got me sussed there. As you get older, your lipstick smudges, it feathers, it really does. This is gorgeous. I really love this colour. I think it's the one that matches this. And this is my Glowing Nude 639. And this is what's clever about these. Okay, now I need to clean this off because I have applied it. Can you see that? Let me clean it off beautifully. Can you see that? So it's colour with a sort of plumping lip balm inside. And that means that although the shades, and there are a lot of shades of it, so it's the Age Perfect Rouge Lumiere, it's $7.99, there are 12 shades, they actually don't go on as heavily as you think they're going to. This is one of the nudes and I really love it. Beautiful chic packaging as well. So my only criticisms are the lack of shade range, but it's a new range. I would imagine that they're testing the waters in the UK, and if it's a success, they're going to launch more. But in terms of the texture, the concealer and the foundation are beautiful. I absolutely adore the blusher, I really do. The mascara is a Great Day mascara. I already use 2 other L'Oreal Paris brow products, which I think are easier to use, but if you love a pencil, why not try the pencil? And also, in terms of the lips, I did find a beautiful colour. Actually, I applied the lip liner all over my lips. They're super soft, really super soft, not hard at all. They don't drag your skin at all. And then I just filled in with the sort of lip colour, which I have to say that balm in the middle is really lovely. But they could do with some cooler nudes, probably, in my opinion. Although that said, I'm sure you'll probably agree that this suits me more than my normal cool nude, blue-based nude. So that's my take on Age Perfect makeup. I think it's really interesting that Jane Fonda is 79, Helen Mirren is 72, Julianne Moore is 56, that's only a year older than me. And I'm going to end where I started. What other beauty companies can you name who have that range of iconic women fronting their beauty campaigns? For that reason and that reason only, we should all get behind Age Perfect makeup. If you're my age and you feel like you're invisible, L'Oreal Paris are working hard to change it. Thanks for watching, thank you for subscribing. Let me know if you've tried any other products. If you're in a different country to the UK, you might well have a wider range of shades, because I know it is being rolled out globally and I'd be really interesting to know if you've tried it. My absolute winners are without a doubt the foundation and the blusher and the lip liner. I love them all.